Today, I'm trying out a 2026 F1 Manager mod that completely overhauls this game with a brand new 2026 car model for each team, all along with their new liveries, new driver and team suits, pit banners, wheel models, and UI updates. It feels really weird being back on this game after so long, but it also feels really great as, well, there you go. You have a little snippet of what's to come with that 2026 model in the background with the Cadillac livery on it. This mod is still a work in progress, but there is going to be a full database update for this mod coming after the real-life Australian Grand Prix. So let me know in the comments below if you end up enjoying this video, you like what you see with this mod. Not only should you go check it out from Mr. Only on his Patreon, a lot of insane work has gone into it, but let me know in the comments below if you want to see eventually a full series with this mod. But there's Perez and Bottas and their 2026 Cadillac looking gorgeous as ever. I'm going to quickly go into new career here just to show you the updated overalls. We've got Red Bull Ford with the updated overalls, Mercedes, questionable overalls this year. Ignore Crofty talking in the background. I'll probably just mute it, to be fair. Ferrari, McLaren with another questionable overall. I still don't understand what the black is on that shoulder. Aston Martin, Honda now, Alpine, Williams, VCarb, Audi, obviously, formerly known as Sauber, and then Haas. But we, especially for this video, I've set up a quick career so we can just jump into a race, not only to just get into the action, but also to just see the car models. I am actually going to manage this practice session just quickly, just so we can actually get to track and see everything. I've manually made the transfers happen. Looks like a few of the drivers have got their reserve drivers in, but when we get to the full race, you'll see the full lineup. But for example, we've got Lindblad at VCarb. A lot of the other lineups stayed the same, but obviously from the original F1 Manager 24 game, there had to be some changes made. But we're going to fast forward this and just hopefully see some cars out on track, including our own at some point. Does anyone want to go out? Please. All right, we've got a fair few cars out now. Let's go out with Bottas and see the Cadillac first up. Oh, it's gorgeous. My mind's actually blown that you can do something this well on the game with a mod. It looks insane as you see the VCarb down below at the bottom of the screen. But there is our 2026 Cadillac in all its glory. Can we get this out of the way, please? And see. Oh, that's sick. That's so cool. So cool. Let's go to the McLaren and see that. Piastri. So I believe all these models, I think they're basically the same generic model. So it's like as if, like, you know, on the F1 EA game, if you see some of the mods, you know, sometimes because of the way liveries work on the EA game, you see typically the newer season mods all use the FOM chassis. And that's essentially what's happening here is these are all the FOM, like a generic F1 2026 car, but so different to what the car models were in the original F1 Manager 24 game. I keep having to remind myself it's the 24 game. Like, this is going on now it'll be eventually in the summer 2 years old, this game, as the Audi is just ahead of the Mercedes, and you get a shot of 3 of the cars there in one camera view. It's just sick. It's sick. Look how good that looks. That's awesome. That's awesome. This is as close as we're going to get to like a full good refresh of like a, you know, this year we've got a 26 DLC coming for the EA F1 game. This is probably right now as close as we're getting to a 26 DLC for the F1 Manager game. And like I said, Mr. Only, Patreon link down below in the description. There is going to be a database coming, so for those of you who don't want to go through the annoying thing of, you know, doing all the transfers yourself and whatnot, you can just wait for that database, and that will come through, and that will also come, I'm sure, with performances maybe. For now, I've done some modding in the background, tinkering with the database just to try and get the car performances kind of what journalists are sort of, you know, guessing is what the performance is going to be. But and we'll see how that kind of plays out in a quick race here around Australia. But yeah, as I said, do let me know in the comments, like I said, if you want to see eventually an actual full series of this. But for now, it's just kind of seeing what this is all about, seeing these 2026 cars up close going through Albert Park on a now 2-year-old game is crazy. As we go to the onboards, let's see the onboards between all the cars. I love the V-Carb now. It has the black halo versus the white chassis. It's so much better. One thing I want to note is in the kind of notes for this mod, so the DRS animations are disabled because of a technicality of how DRS, the angle would work with the original game and the original game models. But underneath the hood, the DRS is still working as is. It probably, I don't know if it works exactly in the same way as it would in 2026 with the active aero, with like double whammy of drag reduction. This is kind of more just aesthetics, really. And with a manager game, you don't really need the physics to really change, because there's no way for you to feel that. The only thing is, really the visuals here of it, the feel of it, the transfers, etc. You can maybe argue the management of the battery comes into play a bit, but that's only if you're going to micromanage lap to lap with the drivers, which I feel like would get really, really dull quite quickly, micromanaging that much. Like, if the manager game was legit still going on for 2026, I can't imagine how they would have tried to even simulate the battery management in the manager game, because it would have just been a bit too in-depth and a bit too crazy with all these different mappings and the lifting and coasting to save the battery every single corner and stuff. But yeah, cool to see a shot of the same three cars. This is McLaren, Mercedes and Audi all glued together on track then, seemingly. Audi on board, Mercedes look quite similar to before. Little slight change though with the Adidas logos there. To be fair, I actually prefer that, seeing the Adidas logos on the top of the chassis there. And then McLaren looks very, very similar to last year, of course. Williams, Ferrari with the big amount of white now on the car. But that's the Ferrari for the first time. We didn't get a shot of the Ferrari on track beforehand. Let's see it in all its, well, I was going to say glory, but not many people enjoy the Ferrari livery. I for one, I'm actually quite a fan of the white and the red, the kind of throwback to some of the older Ferrari liveries, Niki Lauda Ferrari era. Let's just pause that there and look at that. It's just sick, man. It's so good to see fully new car models on this game. That is just crazy to me. Right, should we get into a race? I think we should. Oh, before we do though, quickly, let's look at the Red Bull. We haven't seen the Red Bull yet, with the white outlining on the engine cover, and just more blue. I mean, you can see it from here. Even from a distance, you can see the much more amount of blue compared to the OG livery, but we'll get a nice side-on shot here of Wassa. All right, skipping on into the race. How do we do in qualifying? I mean, how did everyone do in qualifying? Lewis Hamilton on pole position. How unreal would that be if that was true come next weekend? Norris second, Sainz third. That's pretty crazy for Williams, to be honest. And Mercedes only P5. I'm pretty sure on the R&D chart, I made it so Mercedes was the best car on the grid. And they only qualified P5 and 9, so maybe more for them in the race. Perez managed 14th, and Bottas was last. If a Cadillac comes 14th or above, I think they would be insanely happy with that. To be honest. And the fact that Fernando Alonso has managed to be P12 is crazy, because I've definitely made sure Aston were the slowest on the grid. So maybe more to do with the simulated times, and now the reality of the race will come through with the actual performances we've got for this kind of quick bodge job career setup, just to do this kind of one sort of tester race basically with this mod. Let's just get into it. In terms of the strategy, not too sure. Really not too sure with this Cadillac car. The performance probably isn't there, so the tire weight's pretty high. So I'm inclined to just stick with the default of starting on a soft, maybe just see what the pace is like. Definitely going to a hard, I think, in the middle stint to give us a bit of longevity, and then we can kind of see what the tire wear is saying. Fuel-wise, let's go one less lap just to give us a little bit of performance at the start here, shall we? As I'm trying to recall all the things to do here as we go and prepare for the race. Let's do it. We're jumping back into F1 Manager for the first time in a long while.
Final checks are being carried out.
Oh, the grid's also. Oh, the grid's got all the cars as well.
Get this race underway.
Oh, that's sick. That's really cool.
And here's George Russell settling in for the race.
5th place is a good starting point for them. Where can they go from here?
Here we go. It's time to go racing. Get ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's
Lights out, and we're on the way for the 2026 season with an actual grid of 2026 cars. This is unreal as we're getting minced though. Perez into turn 1, down to 15th, 16th maybe, 16th as Hamilton leads the way from Norris. There's the performance from Mercedes and Russell up to 3rd. Incredible though. I'm still mystified at what we're seeing here. We haven't even seen the Haas yet on track. There it is, the Haas GR, Toyota GR. Right, 16th, 19th. Bottas actually 22nd to 19th. That's not bad. That's not bad. The flying Finn lives on. Right, we'll settle into this race, but yeah, Lewis in P1, 1.3 ahead. Oi, oi, oi. What is he cooking up here? He's miles ahead. Norris defending Russell. Is Russell going to make a move here? Let's see. As he goes to the inside, we've got Verstappen versus Leclerc. This would be an unreal sight in Melbourne next week if we saw these 4 drivers close together fighting like this. Sainz has moved down the order as it seems like, yeah, maybe the quali was more of a simulated performance, and now we're seeing those actual performances come into play here. But Hamilton, one thing that we can say is Hamilton is indeed cooking with this mod in 2026. As let's focus back on our drivers then. What's the fight in front of us? So Colapinto's ahead of Perez here. Bottas has been done by Gasly. Gasly having a go at Bortoleto maybe. Bottas, can we get in the mixer here? Probably need to watch for fuel and also tyres, to be honest. But we'll keep it going with the battery. Thank God there's no actual battery management for 2026 here with this mod. I honestly don't think I would be able to cope, to be honest. Right, let's fast forward that a little bit. We're catching Gasly here. Making a move on Pierre, the Alpine. Oh, that Audi's blocking us. That Audi is a menace. Bortoleto, stop. You're boxing us in. We've made the move on Pierre Gasly. Now, can we finish it on Bortoleto for the double pass? Come on. Come on, Bottas. I know you've got that in your locker, son. I believe. Perez overtake failed. He tried to get Colapinto, was it? Didn't quite work out. And Bottas, no. Oh, we put Pierre in the gravel. I love every mod, any game, any era of Formula 1 with mods in the last couple of years since like 2015. Doesn't matter. I always end up fighting Pierre Gasly as we go down the inside of the Audi though. Love it. Good stuff from Bottas. That's the experience coming into play. You know what? I've only just realised. I've not even clocked that obviously with Cadillac, we've got this 2-tone livery, and it's not even processed in my brain, which is probably a good thing. That means in real, I thought when they unveil the car, this was going to be like a thing that stuck out like a sore thumb for them. In maybe a good way if, you know, they get that exposure of the 2-tone livery, but I've not really thought about it because your brain just goes, okay, cool, Cadillac, white from one side, and then it's just black on the other side. As Perez, we're not really gaining on Colapinto. Why do I feel like this might be the limit of the performance at the moment here with this car, which would make sense. You know, it's a very bare bones car. It's, you know, this is the my team mode. It is a very my team-esque car. Let's be real. As what's happening at the sharp end, Verstappen and Russell fighting each other. Oh, look at the amount of side-by-sides going on. Hey, if next weekend IRL is anything like this, I'll take it. I'll take it because this is far from a shit show that many are saying that we might have with all the management, etc. Right now, it's all kicking off. A lot of fighting going on, and more importantly, for many a F1 fan, Lewis Hamilton dominating things. This is insane to see for him. The old man's still got it. Unk has still got it. The rear end master has got it. As Russell now is into second. This looks like maybe Russell's going to chase down Hamilton for this race. That might be the race here today. And then it might be Norris trying to fend off Verstappen. Ocon's in the mixer, a bit of a dark... People are saying a dark horse, or Haas going to be a dark horse at the top of the midfield potentially. Well, he's ahead of Leclerc right now. Antonelli struggling a little bit. I did try and bump up the overall ratings for some of these drivers, like Antonelli, Behrman, Bortoletto, because they were shafted originally in the original game. And even with the 25 mod, with the overall still wasn't as high as I feel like it should be, because I think Antonelli now sits at like a 82, which I think is fair for him. This is crazy. How many cars have we got fighting here? Sainz is in it as well. Piastri struggling a little bit, just as he is maybe in preseason testing, as we've seen. Behrman on the outside. I can't keep up with it. There's actually so many fights going on. If this is anything like it's going to be, Crofty's going to have an aneurysm next weekend. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Right, let's go back to our circle of influence. Perez still trying to keep up with Colapinto. And to be fair, there's a big train here. So we stick with it. We're pretty good. Bottas is actually the one that needs to buck up a little bit and get away from Gasly if he can. Can we use a bit of attack for a little bit? Can we get away from Gasly, please? I've had enough of him. No, we've been overtaken by him. Great. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, Perez got Colapinto all on his own. Although we used all his battery. Oi. I can see the comments now. Oh, wow. Months away from the game, and Arav's still crap at the management. Perez, no battery. We're going to save that. We're going to save that battery. Don't worry. Right, go attack there. Stand here. Okay, Bottas is getting away now from them. That's good. Gasly is being hounded by Hulkenberg, Lawson, Bortoletto, and Stroll. Where's Alonso in this? Flying high. I'm sorry, the Honda engineers will be having a nosebleed with this. 13th place. Are you kidding me? I was expecting... You should have seen the R&D chart that I made. Aston Martin were, like, down here. I thought they were going to be, like, I thought they were going to be in Sydney with how low I put them. So this is actually quite a miracle that Alonso is managing 13th place right now here. Maybe, you know what? The game secretly has brought the upgrade package that Aston bring in real life. Maybe this is foreshadowing. Are we going to see Aston somewhat okay come Melbourne? I don't know. And there's with these kind of videos, there's always the chance to do a bit of Houdini stuff. So you're going to have to let me know next weekend. Come back to this video and let me know if anything matched real life whatsoever. I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, let's speed through this a little bit. Let's see how this first stint goes. Tyre wear is actually not that bad, I feel. 62%? That's all right. What's everyone else on? We're not that bad compared to others. Like Alonso's pretty bad. Lindblad's not too great. Perez under pressure from Colapinto. Bottas, again, now coming back under pressure from Gasly. Hulkenberg actually got the better of us because he's on mediums. One of the only people on mediums down below here. But apart from that, I think we're actually okay on tyre wear. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, Bottas is just kind of stuck in a yo-yo with Gasly there. Perez gets done by Colapinto up at the sharp end. What's the gap here? Hamilton still leads Russell. Ocon in third. Okay, that's a bit of a rogue one. What lap were we going to pit? Lap 16. Okay, 6 laps to go. I think we're good for six more laps at this sort of pace of tyre wear. Hulkenberg on mediums. He's on 63. That's good to note that the medium seems pretty consistent here. So maybe going to hards and then medium would definitely just be the play. Don't need to go to like 2 hards, for example. As we've got pit stops there. Lindblad's in. Perez is cursing. First race back to Formula 1 and he's just getting aggy on the radio about losing positions. Is Lindblad, the only rookie on the 2026 grid, has made his pit stop and he's out.
Is 1.6 seconds.
Okay, thank you very much, mate. Oh, it's a 1-2 for Ferrari. Leclerc's got Russell. Ocon's down the order. I don't want to say anything. Is this Ferrari hopium? Is this Ferrari hopium in this race? Let's continue. 3 laps to go. I feel like we could come in a bit earlier. Let's push with Perez and come in on this lap. I think the tyres probably are going off already at this point. Let's get onto a hard early. Let's do that. Come in. Harvest as we come in. Right, Perez is in. Good pit stop, boys. 2.6. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for Cadillac. That's pretty good for a new team. 2.6. I'll take that. I will take... I'm sure Perez will take that. Right, give me the Standard, neutral, yep. Bottas. Okay, I think come in on this lap for Bottas, definitely. Yeah, come in on this lap. Yep, he's in. Not a lot of other people in, actually, to be fair. Right, let's watch this onboard. In. Come on, boys, hit your marks. Seemed pretty all right, you know. What was that? 2.8. Cadillac are doing us proud.
Manage these as best we can.
Okay, got it, mate. Got it. That's the... Also, by the way, I'm pretty sure that's the actual engineer for Bottas this season. I had to make up the one for Perez because he wasn't in the game. But I think Howard... I think it is. Yeah, Howard. He's actually in the game. So we get the audio from him, which is pretty cool. But I had to, like, make up Perez. I had to make up... Well, ourselves. We're playing as Graham Loudon. I had to make up the head of aero, technical chief, the... what is it? Sporting director. I had to make them up in the... Very, very cool, obviously, for Frontier before they left us. RIP. You know, they made that very cool feature where you can just create characters, create NPCs, AI in the game. So, very useful tool to keep it going on. It's almost like they knew. It's almost like they knew people would breathe life into this game with things like this. I mean, they probably didn't think things like this would happen. This is pretty crazy to see, you know, actual 2026 car models, but... You know, this is the beauty of what they did, setting up the game like they did when they left, making a new entry into this game, this franchise, was it can live on. And you know, I know they're probably not caring too much about the sales of this game, but I think it'd be pretty cool, you know, if there was like a little uptick of sales of this game, because people are, oh, I want to play with the 2026 cars and stuff, because at least would show... At least the doubters maybe at Frontier or, I don't know, F1, I don't know. But that there was still some potential. I'm still sad that they didn't continue with this, but just didn't have numbers, I guess, with the amount of money they were putting in. You know, I understand. It's a smaller player base. Even like, you know, the series was a smaller viewership than the main F1 game. But then at the same time, there are parts of the year where the Manager series was doing better than the EA game when F1 24 was abysmal. Anyway, I digress. This turned into like a mini podcast about the Manager game. Right now, though, to be fair, the reason why that has happened is because we're just kind of going with the flow, really. Right now, we're just doing... This has to be a very solid, consistent, hard tire stint. Not too much over pushing. Just kind of plodding along and kind of getting through the motions and kind of seeing where we land. But, you know, playing as Cadillac... You're not expecting much from the first race, are you? Which is actually a good question then for those of you watching to this point in the video. If we were to do a new series with this mod, when the database comes in as well, what team should we do? I don't think I want to do Cadillac because they're the new team. The first season will just be pain. It will be a bit of a long slog. And I'd rather kind of get into something a little bit more interesting. So maybe what midfield team should we look at? Or if you fancy a top team, what top team should we do? You know, should it be like Ferrari, like finally bringing a championship to Ferrari with all the hopium? Or should it be something like Red Bull and you know, with the new vibe they've got going on? Or maybe even like a Haas, the top of the midfield, trying to break into the top. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Bottas is 20th. Perez is 15th. Trying to make a move on Alonso. Come on. We've got Alonso here. Deploy. Use the battery that they don't have. Clearly. Here we go. Go on. Mince him. Mince him. On the inside. Come on, Checo. Give me some fight, man. Yes. There we go. Oh. Nearly. Close, but no cigar. Close, but no cigar. Bottas, 20th. You need to buck up, mate. Let's go for a bit of aggression here. I think both drivers can go a bit of aggression.
Happy to pick
Oh, there we go, Perez. Beautiful. 14th. If we finish 14th, I'll be very happy. That's very, very good. Ahead of Alonso, Lawson, Colapinto. Solid, right. Can we actually push away from Alonso? I feel like Alonso actually might hold these guys up. So let's push away if we can. Deploy. Please, please, please. No. Alonso sticking with us. Don't overtake us. What is this? This isn't the Honda power unit I've seen in testing. Okay. Oh, he's actually minced it. What is going on? Nah, the game's given them a super upgrade. They've given them the super V2 Honda engine. What is that? Right, Bottas. I'm not being funny, but can you, like, catch anyone? Oh. No. Perez ran wide. Don't do this to me, Checo. What happened here? Just wide on the gravel? Oh, I mean, that was a bit more than wide. That was fully in the gravel trap. Meanwhile, at the sharp end, what's going on? Leclerc leads. Has he pit yet? No. Leclerc's not pit. Neither is Norris, I don't think. So Russell's the first one who's pit. So he's ahead of Hamilton. So Mercedes have undercut or overcut, I don't know. And so these two are nose to tail. This could be quite interesting. Oh, God. I've clicked away at the wrong time. Gone. Lewis with the dive. Late on the brakes. The improved Ferrari braking system for 2026. Not quite. Keeps his foot in. Oh, he's got it. Russell, does he come back? Oh, this is a thrilling fight we're watching. Merc and Ferrari. Oh, how lovely would it be to see this rivalry reignite again? Two former teammates. That would be something, wouldn't it? Russell, is he going to get the move here? He'll have DRS at this point to get down the inside. He is going to do it. They're both catching Norris, so this is a very weird strategy for Lando and McLaren and Leclerc to carry on. As Perez is getting angry again. Has he ran wide again? I think he has, because Hulkenberg's overtaken us. Bottas has finally caught this train at least, which is good. And we've been aggressive that entire time. He's not really worn out his tyres, which is pretty decent. Oh, Bottas made an overtake on Gasly. Yes, son. Here we go. Big dive. Is that the last sector? Yeah, last sector. That looked like the first sector for a sec. Right, sit rep on lap 40 right now. Some pit stops have been made. Perez and Bottas are running 14-15. So this is kind of genuinely where the car seems to be at pace. And I'm quietly confident we could do okay. On the medium tyre at the end, this could go pretty well. Bottas's tyre wear is kicking in. So I think I'm going to pit a bit earlier onto mediums here. Perez, you're going to continue for one more lap, buddy. One more lap. Don't want to double stack. And honestly, just let Bottas by at this point. Let him by. Let him by. Real quick. Real quick. Little cheeky team order for the first race. Just so that you don't hold him up there as he comes into the pits. Oh, brilliant. We let Colapinto through. Great managerial stuff there. Right, Bottas is in. Now, Perez, you are going to push and come in on the next lap. And that's going to be our last pit stop of the day. Bottas out in 19th. Perez makes the pit stop. Now out in 20th. But we are on a fresher medium compared to others. So we can do some work here. Right now, Hamilton leads. Leclerc second, but I think they're out of sync on the pit stops. Russell third. Norris fourth. Where are Red Bull? Red Bull not looking too great here. Performance-wise, they were up there. They were behind Ferrari and Merc, but better than McLaren. So I don't know what's happened here, but Red Bull falling away in a way I can't imagine they will be come Melbourne, because they were looking pretty good according to their rivals. So we shall see. I mean, all the performances here are very much asterisks, bodge jobbing with some just guesswork mods with what journalists are saying. But into the final phase of this race, I just want to see if we can get back up to like 14th, 15th. We're close. We're close to some cars here. We need to get Lindblad. We need to get Lindblad and Gasly. Come on. Come on, Bottas. Come on. You can do it. Let's go a bit aggressive, actually, for a bit. Try and get them. Lindblad goes for the move here. Can we get a double pass going on? What a move from Bottas! He's still got it. Oh, the old man still got it. What a move from Valtteri Bottas. That was unreal. Oh, that made the whole video worth it. Just to see that. We've still got it. We've still got it. I can still speak things into existence on this game. Come on. Love that. Love that from Valtteri. Right, Perez, you need to do the same thing, buddy. Buck up. Bottas up to 15th. He got Hulkenberg. Yeah, Hulkenberg's down the order. Okay, good. Now we need to get Colapinto, and then we're looking good. Let's go full attack. Let's get Colapinto. No! What? How do we lose 2 positions there? Did we get pushed wide? I think we got pushed wide. I don't know where he's lost all the time there. Did he just lose it in a straight line? Oh, he just got done in a straight line. What is that? You know what that is? That's simulating 2026 battery levels. Right, 10 laps to go. Bottas back to 16th. Perez 19th. We've got a lot of tyre wear in play. I think we should use that soon. Oh, that's why Colapinto fell away. 20%. 20% battery. Right, at lap 55, I'm just going to go blitz it. like, we'll have enough tyre wear to get to the end. So lap 55, we'll just go guns blazing, I think. I think that's the game plan. As we see a fastest lap from Hamilton. It really is looking like Ferrari hopium here. 1-2 for Ferrari. Right, on to lap 55. We're coming up to it. Right, blitz time. Let's go aggressive. And then lap 57, we'll go full attack. Bottas. Oh, he's in a fight here with some... we've been lapped by Ferrari, so we've got one less lap then. But we're getting held up a little bit here. Come on, come on, come on. Fuel-wise, I've just seen we're only just getting under to good fuel with Bottas here. 3 laps to go. Come on. Surely, surely, surely. Come on, Valtteri. Get down the inside there. No. Bortoletta's got Perez. They're in a fight together. The Brazilian and Mexican swapping positions. There's blue flags. That's why that Merc there is slowing us up. So actually, the blue flags are affecting us quite a lot there. They're making us slow up when we don't want to. And this might be our last lap, or going on to our last lap, this is. Because we are lapped. So I think full attack now. Full attack. Screw it. Full attack now. As, yeah, it's the leader's final lap. So this is our final lap. So Lewis Hamilton in this Bodge Job 2026 race is leading by 10 seconds to Leclerc. Leclerc is a bit closer to Russell there. Russell a closer third. Norris, Verstappen, Piastri, Antonelli. To be fair, that's filtered out how I thought it would with the performances of like McLaren and Red Bull. And then Haas being the kind of top of the midfield. Hadjar struggling in the second Red Bull seat. But I'm surprised Ferrari looked this convincing because Ferrari and Merc were like that on the performance chart. So maybe Lewis has just dug deep here with this 2026 car model. He's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. Right, let's use all the deploy. All the deploy. We're 16th. Can we get anything more? Come on. Come on. Oh, he's blocked us. Please get Gasly. We started the race fighting Gasly. We're ending fighting Gasly. Of course. Of course. But here it is going to be LH. Lewis Hamilton coming through for the 2026 Australian Grand Prix win in that Ferrari. Is it Ferrari hopium? As it is going to be a 1-2 just about. Russell pretty much pushing Leclerc over the line here. He might be quite close. Oh, it's a drag race. I feel like we're definitely going to see that next weekend. There's going to be some funny business on the last lap with people having extra charge compared to others. I feel like that's an omen. A bad omen for what's going to come next weekend. But we came 16th and 19th. If that happens in real life, I feel like Cadillac would be pretty happy with that. So I think we've done a pretty good job. But that's been the 2026 mod, or a 2026 mod for the F1 Manager game by Mr. Only. Again, link down below in the description. Shout out to him. Insane, insane work, man. And there is a database update coming after the Australian Grand Prix. And like I said before, let me know if you want this to be a full series with an F1 team. I don't know which team yet, but yeah, it's just nuts. Honestly, don't take it for granted. I'm trying not to, that we're seeing a whole grid of 2026 car models. That is insane, but...
Pretty awful day that was for Checo Perez.
Oh, come on, Crofty. You don't need to be saying that. It was difficult, but it was still pretty great. But that's a bit of Ferrari hopium for you. Could we see that next weekend? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, though, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.